Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I will break down every editing technique behind viral shorts, from motion graphics and transition to text animation. By the end of this tutorial, you will know exactly how to edit engaging shorts. Let's jump into After Effects. This is a remote job. You can get a lot of content for you. First we go to the After Effects panel and take the raw footage and then listen it carefully. Now we take the pen tool and write the my name is, and then go to the effect and preset panel and take the drop shadow, and the distance of drop shadow is take 10 and the softness of the drop shadow is take 85. Now it align in center and anchor point take it middle. So then we go to the properties and set some down of mouth in the text. Now okay, then we go to the text and then take the animate, and then we take position and opacity. Now it's come up to down, so it's position minus 118, and then we animated it. Now set the second keyframe of this video, and then the position and opacity is take the first keyframe, and the offset is starting 0 to 100%. Now I see the animation for the taking graph. The graph is come from fast to slow. Then we go to the advance and take the word. Now we duplicated it, and then it's after some keyframe later, and then take it the text is some increase of scale, and then it's take capital letter, or then write the name Mominur Rahman, and now the scale is set perfectly and the text is set on the perfectly. Then again we go to the text to animator 1, and then we change the position of the text. First we set 0, and then the left position is come left to center. So now the animation, okay, it's look good. And now we see the animation, okay. Then we select and split it with Ctrl Shift D, and then it sit perfectly. When say my name is, and then Mominur Rahman, then Mominur Rahman said, and the animation is coming. And then we take the full color gradient and set the point and take the take the blue, and then again we set the point to and take the bright blue, and again we set the third keyframe and take the blue. Now we first and last keyframe we set, okay. At that taking the full color gradient, it's look good, and drop shadow is down the full color gradient. Now see the animation, okay. Then we go to the CC light sweep and take the CC light sweep and fixed the first, center, and after some keyframe we animated it. Now we go to the effect and effect to CC light sweep and select 2 and to go to the graph and graphing it. Now we see the whole animation, okay, it's look good. And then again we see it. And now we take an PNG and split it, and first portion is delete. Then we scale it and set it perfectly, okay. After setting the PNG image perfectly on the layer, and then we see it, okay. Now we duplicated it and split it and then duplicated it. Now I double click it and go to the layer PNG and then take the root to brush tool and then mask it. Okay, after masking it, then we take the freeze and freezing. It takes some few seconds. Okay, the freezing is complete. Now we go to the main layer or composition of main. Then we take the ellipse tool and take an ellipse, and the ellipse is set perfectly on the head. Okay, now it is spelled Windows Shift D, which is using Windows, then Control Alt Shift for speed. Then we position and scale. So opacity is scale. First keyframe is 0, and after few seconds later we scale it 110% and opacity is 100. Opacity is 0. Now we see it. Okay, but it's very fast. So now we select this layer and animated it. Go to the graph and graph it. First is come. Okay, then it's look good and I can save it. And then now we take and pen tool and then delete it, first portion. And now we split it and delete the first portion. Go to the content of shape layer and content to stroke 1. Stroke 1 and the stroke line cap is round, so it's look round. And then the start length is 100%. Now okay, then we select it and go to the effect and preset, search the grade, and then we take the gradient ramp and first the gradient, take the gradient and then set the second keyframe color of the gradient. Okay, it's look good. And then set the first keyframe in the starting and the second is starting ending of the shape. Now okay, now we search the drop shadow and track and drop shadow of the shape layer, and the drop shadow distance is 10, softness is 85. Now it's look more visible. And then we go to the shape layer and go to add and take the trim path, and the trim path offset and is 0%. After few seconds later it's 100%. So the animation look crazy. And then we select it and go to the graph and give a graph like first is speedy and then it's gradually slow. Now okay, good. Now go to the transform and then set the opacity is 100 to 0. Then we see the animation. Okay, then it's select and go to the graph and it's look first is slow and then it's fast. Now see the whole animation. Okay, then we again delete the two shape layer and change the level color yellow. Now we rewrite it. I am the CEO. The CEO is the capital letter then of social. Then we write the personal brand and align its center, and then change the text is commanded, or we take the condensate is perfect, and then we out of small letter capital letter, and then we rewrite it. P is capital letter and V is capital letter. Now we take an stroke, and the stroke size, and if you take the stroke it's look crazy, so we need to take the stroke and change the stroke color is blue. Then the distance of that word is 16. Okay, it's look more good and more professional. First we split it and go to the opacity and write the expression of the opacity random 70 to 0. Now we see that. Okay, now we split it and now go to the position and take the opacity alt and double click, and then we delete it and write the opacity random 70 to 0, random 70 to 0, or we write the 100 to 13. Now let's see the animation. Okay, then we look it's crazy, and now after the some keyframe we spill the raw footage, and now go to the new and take a solid, and the solid is split it with Windows Shift D and delete the first version, and again we split it Windows Shift D and split the last portion. Now we see it. Then we take a mask and then shift, we take an ellipse and taking a mask. Now the mask is okay and set with pen tool perfectly. Then we go to the mask and take the mask expansion. It's up to full. Then after some keyframe later, the mask is 0. So now the animation graph it, and now the animation is, then we split the first portion and then we see it and take the first keyframe of scale. After few seconds it's 50%. Now we see it, then it's First anchor point is middle and then we take 50%. Now see the animation. Then the first keyframe is some split it and then take it perfectly and then grab the selected animation. Now see the animation. Okay. Then set the position and then take it some down and to up. Okay. Now select, then graph it. First is come speed and then it's come gradually slow. Okay, then the animation is complete, and again now we take an rectangular tool and take a rectangular shape. Stroke is none of the rectangular tool and the fill of the rectangular tool is black. Now we anchor point is middle and again then go to rectangular path. Is path roundness is 25. We take it 35. Now we split it and again split the third portion. Now see the animation, and then again we take an ellipse tool and then we take the stroke is 10. Okay, then we set it on the shape. Now we zoom and using hand tool, Windows H, or now we set it perfectly in the mask. Now we set on the perfectly of the mask in the ellipse tool. Now we go to the pen tool and take and shape and delete the first portion. Now the anchor point is middle and then the shape stroke is 15. Okay, the stroke size is take again 12. Now we zoom it 100% and then go to the shape layer to path, shape layer to stroke to line cap. The line cap is take the round. And now again take a pen tool and first we again zoom it and take a pen tool. Okay, take it perfectly and again we go to the content to shape to stroke. The line cap is round. Okay, now link with the shape layer 12 and 13 and then spell the first portion and now it fit. Now we see the animation. Okay, then we set up to the image and then it's change the color, and now we the text layer and write the personal brand. Okay, now we use the regular form of the text and set it perfectly. Now I see it. Now we go to the selection tool and the stroke size is none and the fill's color is black. Now the ellipse is set on the right upper corner, and then it is small 8. Now 25% is perfect 8, and then duplicate it 3 times. Okay, now we spelled it, and now the name Mominur Rahman, and then write content creator, and then we write the video editor and set on the layer is perfectly, and the size is more, and then we set it perfectly on the shape layer, and the scale is reduced. Now we take the 65 and again duplicate the shape and spill the 65, and then we duplicate it and take it the another side 215, and then again duplicate it and write it 122. Okay, set the text perfectly on the shape layer, and then we write post and set it the first, and then we set it perfectly again and again. Now we again duplicate it and rewrite the following follower, and then it's 50% for perfect, and then we take the first which is 50%, and then again duplicate the follower and write the flowing of that is look good. Now we spilled the all text layer and delete it. Now we select the 215, and then we change the color, label color is green, and now we go to the effect and preset pane and search the slider control. Now we write the slider and tag the slider control of the effect and presets it, and now we go to the text layer and link with the slider, and now the text animation is deleted and paste the text expression. Okay, now we go to the main layer, and then the slider animation set. Go to the effect and go to the slider control, and first slider is 002 we take 5500. Now we see it. Okay, it's look easy, and now complete the third animation of this short. Now we see the whole animation. My name is Mominur Rahman, and I am the CEO of personal brand, and then my personal brand show. Now I spilled it. Then we duplicate the two text layer of the and set on the shape layer. Now we see the animation. Okay, now it's look I am as the CEO of, and the rewrite I am the CEO of to replace it recently. Recently we are, and then we write personal brand to hiring some. Okay, now see the animation. We are hiring some. Then okay. Now we set on the perfectly, and then we take an rectangular shape on the some hiring. Now the scale is set perfectly, and then we split it, and then Windows Shift D split it. Now we set, then we increase some, and now we set it perfectly. Okay, it's look good, and now select it, and then we go to the effect and preset and write the roughen edge. Take the roughen edge, and then set the border of the roughen edge is 5. Now the roughen edge is increase the sharpness and the scale, and then the border of the roughen is increase. It's look 35, and then it's look good. Now we change the color of the shape layer, and now okay. Then set keyframe and incorporate as left middle, and the scale is unequal, and set the first keyframe is 0 to 97. Now I see the animation. Okay, complete the animation, and now we again take an solid shape layer, and now we spill the first portion, and okay, we go to the content to rectangular path, and the take the roundness is 25. Okay, and then we set in the middle, and again we take an adjustment layer and spill the first portion of adjustment layer, and now I go to the effect and preset, search the CC glass, and go to the surface to adjustment layer, set the shape layer, and effect and preset softness is 18. Now displacement is 18 and height is 20. Go to the light, using the light intensity is 0, and the light height is increased some. And then go to the shading to set the ambient 85. Now we search the CC blob lights. Now we go to the above layer, shape layer 24, and we take the lightness, and then softness is 18. Take the cartridge 6. We take the softness is 17. Smooth, perfect. And then the light intensity is increase 160. we take it. Then the ambient is okay, and now take it the shape layer 1. Okay, we take it perfectly, and then we again go to the CC blob lights, and the softness is take 25, or we take it 6, so 20, and then it's look good, and the light height we increase some. Okay, for the perfection we take the light height is 18, or 75 is more realistic, and now increase the some point of ambient in shading. Okay, it's complete the glass animation in After Effects. Then we take an bevel and emboss. Okay, then we can duplicate it. Now we select two layer and duplicated it, and on the all shape layer. Now we go to the properties and set it sum down or sum up. So first we take the sum down, and now we go to the adjustment layer and surface is 25 and the effect and mask, and globalize is shape layer 25. Okay, then again we can select two layer and duplicate it, and now again the set it first down, and again the adjustment layer and take the surface is shape 26 and the globalize is shape is 26. Okay, now set the glass shape. Okay, now select, go to the animation composer, and then go to the overshot and take the overshot, and select the all shape layer and take the overshot. Now we see the animation. Okay, it takes some time for the animated it. Okay, now set in perfectly after layers. Now I see the animation. Okay, then it's come, and then the third glass shape layer is coming. Okay, now we take and text and write the text is talented, and incorporate is middle and set it the glass, and now we spilled it, and then change the fill color with blue, and then take the drop shadow and increase the softness of drop shadow and set it perfectly. And then the shape layer link with the shape 24, and again duplicated it and set on the second shape glasses and rewrite it. Hardworking, and the first letter is capital, and then set it perfectly. Okay, now okay, then parent with the 25 shape, and again duplicated the hardworking and set the third shape on the glass layer and rewrite it honest and set it the perfectly on the shape layer 3. Now set it, and then okay, align is left. Now I see the animation talented, honest, and hardworking. I see it the talented, hardworking, and honest. Now okay, then we link with every shape to text layer. Okay, it's coming look crazy. So the animation of the glass add the text. Now we can add some shape like a circle or the rectangular in left side of the glasses. So and again we see it perfectly look. Okay, now it's look good. And then select and split it and deleted the last portion. And now take an rectangular shape and set the rectangular shape on the first glass shape layer and set it scale is 60% and change the shape color is blue. Then it select and split it and delete the first portion. Again select and delete, split it and delete the last portion and set on the text layer. And now it link with the text layer and again duplicated it and set on the hardworking text layer and again duplicated it and set on the honest text layer. Now I see the animation talented, hardworking, and okay. Okay, set on the last shape and now see the animation. The glass animation text is perfectly completed. Okay, again and again say hardworking and then it's come first speed like a headshot. Okay, it's come first and then okay, now I see it and now take an solid and the solid is okay. Now spill the first portion and delete the first portion, split and delete the first portion. Okay, and take and the ellipse and then the ellipse is duplicated and change the ellipse color and go to the trim to the and is 33.3% and again duplicated it and the change the two color is blue, heavy blue, and set it perfectly on the shape layer. So okay, now we search the drop shadow and take and drop shadow is opacity 75 and the distance 10. Okay, it's look good for the applying drop shadow effect. Okay, link each other. Then we take an star tool and then stroke is null and fill is blue. Then we again take an star and go to the polyester to polyester path and take the polyester path is 4 and now the inner roundness is increase and set its look good. The outer roundness is 20 and the inner roundness is take to 120, and then the water roundness is increased. Okay, it's look good now. First we set on the middle of the circle. Now we decrease the opacity of the shape layer 35 and take the opacity is 15, and then the rotate it first keyframe to second keyframe. We take some need rotation. Okay, take the 90° and select and split all the shape layer, and again now we select the 3 shape and set on the last shape layer. And now see that it look good. Now we can set on perfectly the shape layer, and then first we set up on the first shape layer and rewrite it. Who can edit? Then we duplicate the text layer, and then we set on the first shape layer and rewrite it. Our client. Then okay, now we rewrite the hiring its shorts, and then change the color is white. Now we select the it and change the color is white, or delete the gradient, and then set it the down of our client. Now we change the shape color is blue, dark blue. I take it. Now I set the scale, it's reduce, and then okay, now we see that it's perfectly, and now we see the whole animation. Okay, and now we duplicate the blue solid, pale blue solid 2, and set on the next shape here. Okay, now okay, well, listen carefully the what he said, and that we animated the shape. Okay, then we take and then we go to the effect and preset panel and take the drop shadow, and now go to the distance, and then the drop shadow distance is we take, and the softness it's increase and distance is increase. Okay, then it's okay, and increase the softness some proportion. Now we see the animation. Go to the transform to the position. We set the second keyframe of the laptop, and then the first keyframe. First it's come up, then select the 2 keyframe and Alt double click, set the influence 100 to 10. Now see the animation. Okay, then I set, take the rectangular tool and again split it and delete the first portion and Now split again it and delete the another portion. Now go to the layer style and bevel and emboss, and the bevel emboss size is 15, and we take the pillow emboss and it take that down. Okay, it's smooth. Now okay, it's look good, and then change the color of the shape is bright blue, and then I set it on the laptop shape, and then we some rotate and link with the PNG. Then again duplicated it, and then we again duplicated it and some rotate it, and then reduce the scale. Then again set on the perfectly. Okay, it's look good. Now again see it. Okay, and now we take an ellipse shift, and then we change the color is dark blue, and then search the blur and take the Gaussian blur on the shape layer, and the size is increase or blurriness is the increase. We take the first 35. Okay, then set in the right upper corner, or the first set on the left down corner, and then we split it and delete the last and delete the first portion. Then duplicate it and set the upper right corner, and the scale is need small. Okay, set this small in perfectly. Then the change blurriness is 13, and now again duplicated it, and the size is need some regress, and again duplicate the shape, and the scale is 52. Then okay, it's look good, and now we duplicate the two text shape and set on the middle. Now we write O client and set on the shape layer and rewrite it. You are doing the, now I see again it, you are doing the application. Editing test. Now you are doing the editing test, and the E and the T is capital letter. Okay, it's look good, and so now we see again it, you are doing the editing test. Now again duplicated the another shape shorts, and then we rewrite the shorts to for application. And then we go to the shape 2 application and rewrite it perfectly, and set it, and then we increase it. Okay, Now see the whole animation. You are doing the editing test application. And now save it. And then we take some shorts for we duplicate this text shape and then up on the all shape layer and then set on the all shape layer. Now we see it. This is remote job. Now we change the first white color to black. And first we set the position. So we take it up. Okay, now see this is remote job. Now change the fill color of the text is black. And again rewrite it. We got lot of then we rewrite the lot of content, lot of first capital letter is okay, then content. Okay, now rewrite the content for you and then it's look good. I got lot of content. So I got lot of content for you. Now we take some shorts which I edited previously and spilled it. Spill the T shorts is again deleted. Now we see it. Now first we select all shape layer and the scale size we take the 50% and set it middle. Now we first come then go to the transform to position, set the first keyframe and then go to the transform to the position and set the last keyframe and set the first keyframe. It's come from the left side. Okay, we see it. Now we can graph it. Okay, now the graph animation is complete. Okay, and that is okay. Now we again go to the another shorts. Then it's come. First we need rotation. It 6 degree or 7 degree. It's look crazy for the rotate it, and then we need it 17 and then keep framing it. First set the second keyframe, and it's come from the right side. Okay, now set the first rotation is 0 to 70. Now we can graph it. Okay, now I can select the two keyframe and bring the graph. Okay, then we go to the another shots, and then we can the -7° rotation, and then -7° rotation with the align anchor point is left, and then the first it's need more scale it, and now we see then I go to the position and set the keyframe position and the rotation, and now it's come from left side again, and the set it 0 to 7 rotation, and the position keyframe is completed. And now I see. Okay, then again select to keyframe and that graph it. Okay, now the whole shot is completed, and the final shot is the finally completed, and then we can we need perfection for all the animation. Okay, then we see the final shots edit. Okay, that is good, and now goodbye, and see you soon the another video editing. Okay.